Are you gonna shave your eyebrow for this video?
Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to talk about something a little bit different than our usual videos. We're going to talk about mourning for our pets. The reason why we want to talk about it today is actually because the last year we lost two of our pets, and it was devastating for us. My sister read this book, and it's called When Your Pet Dies, Guide to Mourning, Remembering, and Healing by Alan D. Wolfelt, PhD. So we wanted to share this video with you guys because initially when she was looking on YouTube, she didn't find a lot of content that was honestly quite helpful about the subject of losing a pet and having to get over it or how to grieve it. You know, most of the videos she found, get this, she told me this. I know, I can't believe it either. I haven't told you yet, but I can't believe it either. It's mostly videos about psychics telling you that when your pet dies, their soul escapes out of their bottom and like flies up into the world and just follows you for the rest of your life. Just picture that right there. I'll give you a second. Imagine all of your dead animals just swallowing you wherever you go, judging you. Maybe not judging you. So, because of that, we wanted to share this video because we think it would be helpful. Being able to deal with that and reconcile with that could potentially make you happier. Hello, Sandy. I don't know if you can see. She just jumped up. It was like she felt my sadness or something. But that's why we want to share with you. I guess there's really 2 points to this book, but the first point that we thought this book did a really good job at was emphasizing that there's nothing to be ashamed about. It's completely normal and natural to feel sad, to feel mad, to feel full of regret and grief for your animal. Partly because it's not just an animal, it's not just any animal. I mean, literally we see animals dying on the street and we already feel sad. Why can't we feel sad for our pets? Our pets are just like our children. So it's completely normal and sane for a regular person to do that. And you know what was interesting, that is, from what I found, was that a lot of my coworkers and friends even completely understood. You know, for her and for me, when we were initially at the very beginning, we felt extreme guilt for just feeling sad for losing our pets, right? I just lost my child. It felt like literally I just lost my child. But I'm ashamed to let people know that I'm felt sad for my child, and because I thought that people wouldn't understand, or that, oh, why are you feeling sad over an animal? It's just a cat or it's just a dog. When majority of us don't feel that way. Most of us completely understand where you're coming from. You lost a pet, dude. I have a pet that I love. I completely understand how you feel. Like, and I never thought that, and my sister never thought that. So we were so ashamed about it. I mean, my sister, I think, was a lot more emotional about it when she lost Bambi, who's our dog. My cat's name is Mitchell. For me, I went back to work the very next day. I lost my pet over Memorial Day weekend. I came back and I went to work the next day, and I think I told my manager, and that was about it. Nobody else knew. And I just kept it moving because I was ashamed. I was like, oh, it's a cat. Nobody's going to care. And people are going to be like, why do you want to take a day off because your cat died? Really? And like, it was funny in that, like, when I did tell my coworkers, they're like, oh my God, why are you here at work? So like, that was just instrumental for me. For her, you know, I don't know if she felt the same way for people at her work and her friends, but I guess for me, maybe let's have her talk about it then.
I thought I was being a little bit drunk. Man, I get too emotional over my dog. That, but it's not normal thing for you to be doing whenever your pet die. The book helped me feel less ashamed of how I was feeling. Different people have different feelings, so there's nothing to be ashamed about how you feel or how I feel. It's my feeling.
Yeah, I think I completely agree with that sentiment that my sister had. So the second main point of this book outlines 6 points that one can do in order to help in the grieving and the healing process of it all. They did write in the second point is that it is important to express your grief externally. So don't just hide it within yourself and not let it show. In order to heal, you need to be able to express. The book makes a really great example. In Egyptian time, Egyptians used to shave off their eyebrows in order to grieve for their cats. Now, if you choose, you may shave your eyebrows off. I, however, nor did my sister, did not. But if you don't want to, these 6 other points will do just fine. Number 1 is acknowledge the reality of your pet's death. Just fully acknowledge that, and it's okay to acknowledge that, that he's passed away. And that it's okay, it's gonna take some time. So it's okay to take a bit. Don't rush yourself. Don't feel like you have to rush into it. Number 2 is don't run away from your pain of loss. So don't try to distract yourself or keep yourself busy so that you cannot think about your pain, think about whatever emotion that you're feeling, but embrace it, allow yourself to feel whatever emotions that is, either by crying. Those are completely normal. That's a part of the normal grieving process. So really just allow yourself to do that. You don't have to do it all at once. Again, you want to just take an hour out of your day because, everybody be hustling nowadays. For me, I was just scrolling through pictures of cats all day long and crying, and then I felt better about it. Yom actually told me, and I didn't know about this until much later, when we started fostering puppies, was that she avoided going on walks because that was her and Bambi's thing, is that they would walk all the time, oftentimes without Sandy, but it's okay. And so after Bambi passed away, I continued to walk Sandy, but she never really joined us. And I didn't think of anything of it until later on. She told me that was her thing, was that she avoided walks was because of that. And so she started walking the Fosters. I don't know why she didn't walk Sandy, but it's fine. It's fine. We're not hurt at all by it, are we, Sandy? No, not at all. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you, Sandy. We're fine. We're fine, both of us. Number 3 is adjust your identity. You are no longer Bambi's mom, Mitchell's cooler older sister, You're no longer that. You have to be able to realize that and realize that you no longer have that identity anymore in order to move on. The 4th one is search for meaning. It's only natural to question the meaning and the purpose of our pets' existence in our life, especially after they pass away. For us, I think the purpose of them passing away was was to kickstart our creativity. We started this YouTube channel shortly after both of their passing, just to, in a way, I guess, grieve. We started making cute videos and funny videos to make ourselves feel better. Number 5, continue letting other people help you with your grief. Don't push people out, let them in. They want to be with you. They want to be by your side. Why? Because they understand your feeling. They understand what you're going through. They feel your pain, and even if they don't, they empathize or sympathize, whatever the synonym for that is, with you. Number 6 is remember your pet and celebrate their life. you don't have to be sad all the time. A part of grieving is being allowed to remember the good things about your pets, remembering the life that they led, the happy life that they led with you, being loved by you, loving you, all of that great stuff. Oh my God, I'm about to cry right now. Celebrating their life helps you acknowledge their death, but also reminds you that they are still with us, right? You can still grieve and mourn, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they'll go away or that the sadness will go away, because they're part of your life. You will never get over it. You learn to live with it. And sometimes there are sad days. Sometimes there are good days. I think we try to do a lot more good things and try to remember them. We talk about them all the time. We talk about how goofy they are. Mitchell was a huge baby, huge, also had a huge butt, but a huge baby. He would walk around and literally meow at you nonstop because he doesn't know how to be a cat. He didn't grow up with cats. We have lots of cats now, but he grew up with me in college and there was no other cats up there. I was his only cat. Trust me, I was a terrible cat mom. The child did not know how to be a cat. He wanted to be held 24/7 because he was a baby. He'd follow you from like your bedroom all the way to the kitchen, meowing the whole entire time because he wanted to be held. And he'd jump up and raise his arm like this all the time. And if you ignored him, he'd jump on you and really, really make you hold him. And he wants to be held 24/7. You know, that's a really great memory that we have of him, and we always talk about it. Bambi was the sassiest grandma you will ever know. When she's done with you, she done with you, and she will walk out of the room, or if you're in the room, she'll walk out of the room because she's like, you being loud, please be quiet. I am trying to sleep, you know. She hate men. I'm just kidding. I don't know if we want to keep it in there.
She's afraid of me.
She's afraid of men. She was a rescue dog, and honestly, we don't know much about her past anyways, but she was not a fan of men, which was very bad for our dating life. Let's just say that. So I was like, I'm just kidding. Or maybe she was very good for our dating life. She knew all the bad ones, right? But yeah, we share happy moments like that, and it's okay to laugh about it too. So, you know, again, going back to that, allow yourself to remember them. Stop avoiding it. So celebrating your pet's life, holding a small gathering of friends to talk about them, holding a candlelight ceremony, a funeral for your pet, that's completely fine to hold a funeral for your pet. I don't think we ever did that for Bambi or Mitchell.
No, we didn't.
Do you think we should do something like that to celebrate their life?
I can write in a poem.
A poem? I was thinking more like rapping.